Okay. Yesterday, while creating a database, we have already added some table spaces. That is user data. Okay, that is one of the table space. Undo table space, temporary table space. These three tables space we have already added in database. Table space is nothing but a pointer. Okay, a pointer between a client and a DBF file, that is server. Means he is carrying the data from user and pointing to a particular DBA file, telling him just store this data in your file. He is just means working like means showing the path to the data, where to go, where to keep the data. Okay, so if you have noticed in database creation command, first I was giving default tablespace user data, then disk1 or a data nash1 user data dot dbf. So first one was a pointer name, user data was a pointer name, and the second one was the physical file where the actual data is going. But to keep this data in this file only, this pointer is pointing to that particular data dbf file, database file. Okay, means getting the concept of what is table space. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. He will carry the data. Yeah, where to keep the data. Okay, means how the concept is. See, here my table is there. Means a person is entering a data in this table. Oh. Just change this keyboard to English. Okay. So this is a table and we are inserting information over here. This information actually coming inside my dbf file. Dot dbf file, but directly means I am inserting here and directly is going here, not possible. Like this it is not there, no? Network is there, client is there, server is there, that concept is there. So how the data is going? This table is in a particular user. Okay, whichever user, suppose in nash1 you are by login with nash1, connecting with nash1, you are adding some records. This nash1 should have a space to save his data. Okay, so for that I have created one table space, and inside that one physical file I have created, for example. But to connect that particular physical file, I should have one pointer with me, so that this pointer will point to my particular dbf file. And how the data is storing here, if you see here, the data is storing means inside that extent are created. Extents means like blocks are created in this file. Like this you will find different blocks, you will find like this, extent 1, extent 2, like that. And inside this particular extent you will find blocks like this, and this block have some sections inside, that is row header, row like different sections will be there. We will be studying block management in future. Okay, so we have to cover in this first the how to create the different table spaces. Four types of table spaces are there. These the table space which we are creating now, there are four types. Instead of using the word types in DBA terminology, we will be using the word contents. Okay, instead of using the word types, you should use the word here contents. means which type of content you are keeping, whether it is a permanent content or a temporary content or a undo content, or one more is big file content. Okay, these are four contents sections you can say to keep the data. You have to think where, if this data is coming, so which content you are assigning, okay, to this. It may be permanent, it may be temporary. Temporary means, yesterday I told you that when you are giving the command order by for ascending and descending select, so temporary table space will be used. If you delete some records and to call back roll back, that undo tables will be used. Okay, so this is my content type. So if you are deleting, so in this area it is going. If you are giving ascending and descending, in this area it is going, means from here only, pointer, then this user, then this table, like this the connectivity is there. Clear now, means the concept of table space. Okay, so what we will do now, just we will create more. First I will show you the how to check the list, how many table spaces are there with us right now. So some table spaces we have already created while creating a database. Okay, now one is my base table where my table spaces are there actually. Okay, that is dba underscore table spaces describe. I am using the command describe here to display the structure of a table. See, from where I got this table db underscore table spaces. I have not created this table db underscore table spaces, automatically created when we were executing those scripts. After executing those scripts, you will get these tables. So one of the table related to table space is db underscore table spaces. Okay, you will find n number of fields, domains over there. Table space name, block size, initial extent, next extent, n number of columns are there. So some of the columns I will pick from here, like select table space name, okay, comma status, comma contents, okay, from dba table spaces. See here, yesterday what we have created a database, so these table spaces were already created: system, csocks, undo, temp, user data. Near about 5 table spaces we have created. Okay, see here, if you check right side contents, permanent, undo and temporary, the type of that table space: permanent to store the data, undo the deleted records, temporary ascending and descending. So by default at least one undo, one temporary, one permanent table space should be there while creating a database. Now you can create additional table spaces. Okay, why I am creating additional table spaces? Because one pointer is not sufficient to carry my data. Otherwise complete traffic will be jammed. Yeah, so we have to create one more table space so that I can divide my route to carry the data. Some table spaces to some particular users, another table space to some particular users. Okay, suppose I am having 5 users with me, so one table space I am connecting with these 5, another table space another 5 users. Yeah, dividing the route to pass the data. Table space is nothing but like a bridge. Okay, just database file and the this logical table. Clear? So that's why we are creating more extra table spaces. How to create after database? While creating a database, just we have added that file. Now after creation of database, create table space Okay, just I will show you in short the contents details. Contents, 4 contents. First one is permanent, to store user data. In theory you can study in detail. You just read that file. Permanent. Temporary, when I am creating temporary, sorted records. Whenever I am sorting my records, that see, if namely select star from emp order by ename, this is my sorted records now. Temporary, then undo, callback, to store my this table space, to store my deleted records. And one is, this is only available in 11G, big file is not there in 10G. Okay, big, all these tables above table spaces are means accepting the size up to GB. But if your choice is to create table space in TB, terabytes, you want to assign the size in terabytes to your table space, so that your data should means in TB is there. So one new feature is added in 11G, that is you can create big file table space and you can assign the size in TB to that table space. It accepts the size in TB. Okay, to store size in TB.
भरे थे इससे पहले तो बात हुई थी.
Clear? Now just I will show you how to create a permanent table space. Extra permanent table space. Create table space name. Okay, suppose user data was my first permanent table space. Now by name user data 1 I am creating. Data file disk 1 Bora data Nash1 slash again my dbf file, so that this one is my pointer name and this is my physical name, user data.dbf. Okay, how much size you want? Suppose I am specifying 10 MB, 10 M you can say. Now this table space you can give to some other users, and that user data you can give to some other users. Now two divisions are there, two roots are there. Yeah, yes. This table space you have to assign to a particular user, because next chapter is user management. So before going to user management, a space should be there with you, empty space should be there, so that you can assign that space to particular users, so that the data can be accepted in that particular dbf file. Okay, now we have seen how to create a normal table space or a permanent table space you can say. Now how to create a temporary table space or a undo table space, first I will show you. Create undo table space name, suppose undo tbs1 I am creating. Data file, these are the commands to create table space of different types. So second command was how to create a undo table space. So you have to use the word here undo. Create undo table space. Okay. Now how to create temporary table space we will see here. Create temporary table space, suppose temp1, and here you have to use the word temp file instead of data file. Okay. Now disk 1 Aura data nash1 and suppose temp1 dot dbf. Okay, size 5m. See, temporary tables has been created. Now how to create a big file table space? Okay, create big file table space, suppose big one. So it is not necessary to add a big file table space while creating a database. Afterwards, if you think your data is very large data and you require the terabyte capacity one of the table space, then only you have to create this table space. Otherwise our normal database table space is sufficient. Okay, but how to create? The syntax is like this: create big file table space big one data file. Okay, disk 1 nash1 big one dot dbf, but size I am giving here in MB only, because I am not having that much size on my PC to just you can say like this 5T, you can like this you can give. Okay, but here I am using some little bit size. Clear? So these are the contents, different, it's your choice how to create contents. Okay, so these are the commands to create different types of table spaces. Clear now? For again, just we will check the list now. How many status contents from dba underscore table spaces? See, now you will having big one, temp one, undo tbs one, user data one with you, permanent, undo, temporary, again permanent. Clear?
How to specify for user?
In next chapter that commands in user management I will show you again how to specify. First we will cover all the topics related to table space, because the second concept in this chapter is, see, if you check that status, all table spaces are online. Okay, so what is the concept of status? See, status is of three types, that is online, offline and read only. Okay, these are the online means data storing of data is allowed from client to server. Offline is not allowed. Not allowed. This also. Storing of data is not allowed here, as well as you can't read the data. Online means read and write both possible. You can read the data, stored data, or you can write the new data, both possible. Here not read, not write. Offline means completely closed. Here read, not write. Suppose sometimes what happens, if I want to take some backup, so temporary what I do, okay, this is my table, data is coming from here, user is there, then my table space is there, then my this backend concept is there. So if this pointer is switched to offline, means one kind of disconnectivity is there. Server is on, my client is there, but just data is not passing. For that particular route, to that particular table space, means I am having 100 users and one table space I am using for 5 users, and if I switch that table space to offline, so those 5 users data will be stopped, it will not pass, neither they can read the data from a server. Clear? If I make it online, means all the things are going fine, reading as well as writing. By default it is online, means user can insert the data, read the data from my database. Okay, if I make it read only, then he can extract the records, he can create the reports, selected queries can be inserted. Yeah, yes, clear now. Now we have to how to switch this status from read only to online, online to offline. Okay, just I will show you those commands now, how to change the status. Simple command is there, just alter table space, suppose user data 1, and type in front of that offline, that's it. By default it is online, so I have converted to offline. Alter table space, suppose big one, read only, that's it. If you want to check whether it has changed or not, you can again execute this query. See here, that offline and read only. Now again you can change it to online, alter table space big one, online, alter table space user data 1, online. Just we will,
as a permission,
yeah, you can't say as a permission. Permission is something different, just connectivity between user and the server, you can say. That read only is not converted. Alter table space big one, offline. We will check it by starting the database again, but the command is same, because it's not giving any error. It might be some okay, understood na? Status, how to change the status offline to online, online to like that. But the concept behind this, why we are making offline online, clear na? Okay. Because we will be testing after completing the next chapter. I will create one user, I will create one table, inside that you will insert the records, my data will be saved in DBF. If I make it offline, my data feeding will be stopped, like that. Then there you will understand in more better way. Okay, the next thing is how to rename the table space, how to change the name of a table space. If suppose at the starting you have given user data 1, but your choice is something different, so we can change the name also. Alter table space, suppose user data 1, rename user data 1 to suppose u1. Alter table space name first, okay, rename to u1. So my, if you check it again, this query now, see the name u1, clear. You can change this, my pointer name has been changed, not my dbf file, because my dbf file is on Linux. So you can rename through Linux command, as well as you can rename from SQL also. You have to use that move command, mv command, to rename the file dbf file. This was a pointer, So through SQL it is possible, but to rename the DBA file, some different syntax will be there. Okay.
So there is an effort to record the resource from Tablespace 1, Tablespace 2. So will record in database file or no?
No, you can check which table pointer is connected to which file and which table is connected to that. We can check that. How to check? See, one more, we are having one more base table, that is db underscore data underscore files. See here. Previously I was just checking from db underscore tablespaces. There you will get pointer name, but not the physical path we are getting in that particular base table. Here I can show you, this is my file name, and each file one ID is generated. So now it is best to use ID always, instead of typing that complete line disk1 Aura data Nash1 then dbf. Instead of that we will working on ID also. Then tablespace name. Okay, you can check the size of that particular file, how much size you have assigned at the time of creation, 5 MB 10 MB. So you can check that also afterwards, bytes. Okay, you can check the status, maximum bytes, maximum blocks. See the columns, maximum blocks, increment, user bytes, user blocks, online status, all the information is there. Suppose from which table I am accepting this, data underscore files. See here, my file ID for u1 is 5. Okay, 5 is nothing but means complete this path. Instead of typing this path, now you can use file 5 for this. How much size I have given? Say 10 MB. So that is in bytes. If you divide that 1024, that concept, you will get in MB. Clear? So this is one more base tables. These we will be using in every chapter now. From here onwards we will be using these base tables. Okay, and in db tablespaces, in db underscore data underscore files base table, I was not getting temporary tablespace list. He is not showing temporary tablespace list in this. If you see here, you will not see temporary tablespace. So a special means a separate, you can say one more base table is there, that is db underscore temp underscore files. File name, file ID, then tablespace name. So here I will get temporary tablespace information. Okay, select file name comma file ID comma tablespace name from dba underscore temp underscore files. See, temp and temp1. Specific related to temporary tablespaces you will find in db underscore temp underscore files. Okay, so these are the base tables we will be working. After completing user management, now again I will come to tablespace, because there will be a connectivity. Till here clear?